Segment B cars have always been associated with being small, boring and cheap cars. Before now, a car like this would be a second family car or for someone who is dreaming of something better but couldn't afford it. That was then, but what is it like now? Today I will show that the segment B cars are something you are no longer have to be ashamed of driving. Hello from AutoStart Test and welcome to our presentation of new Kia Rio. Looking at the front of the Rio, your attention is immediately drawn to the narrow air intake slots to the radiator, which is black and high gloss. The headlamps come equipped with the daytime running lights, and with the fog lights sideways you get the impression the rear is much bigger than it really is. With sharp body lines, narrow middle pillars and almost vertically folding rear window, it adds to the sportiness of our little city Kia. The sideline of the car is continuation of the sharp styling along the entire length of the car. Again, you think that the car looks a lot longer than it really is. At the rear there is a large LED lamp which ends with the lateral embankment that runs across the car. Also is the manufacturer proud logo mounted centrally, and below that is the rear camera. There is no arguing that the silhouette is very proportionate and refined. Everything has been carefully designed to please the eye of potential buyer. The interior of the Rio looks far better to me than most compact car. It is not the usual boring grey or black dashboard. The middle part of the dash is a body color, which does the job and adds something that other cars don't have. The dashboard is made with the two types of plastic. The middle part is as hard as the top, but almost resembles imitation leather. We also have a multifunctional steering wheel to access the main onboard trip computer. On the right hand side of the steering wheel we have buttons to adjust the backlights on the dash, turn the ASP off. In the center of the dashboard there is the fitted 7-inch multimedia screen. Below this are the hazard light switch and central locking button. Below this the air conditioning unit and a small no-slip shelf for your phone. The socket at the bottom are for connection the external audio source using the aux or USB port, and we also have 12-volt socket just next to them. In the middle of the car we find the buttons for heating the two front seats and steering wheel. Next we find two cup holders which can fit half a liter of water easily. The armrests move forward and back, which for me is a big plus. Let's open the armrest. Even now, Kia haven't left me a tip in here like Toyota did. There is still room in here for a few trinkets. However, our official test water bottle doesn't fit. It has comfortable seat and soft adjustable headrest, which is nicely done. Both front and back seats are generally soft and pleasant to touch. The door is different story. They are all made with hard plastic except the armrest. The glove box is about the average size. Looking up, the Rio has the standard sun visor with mirror, but for some reason we have turned the lights on ourselves. Then we have two cabin lights and a place for your glasses. The driver's sun visor, exactly the same. Let's check the visibility. This is the point of view from a driver that's 6 feet 3. I don't see any problem with the A-pillar. The wing mirrors are a good size. The visibility at the back isn't that great. The view is limited by the C-pillar. Of course, we do have a camera. Unfortunately, the image on the camera is not in full HD. The lines on the screen respond to the steering wheel and show on the camera. The quality at the back seat are not different to the ones at the front. The rating for those seats have achieved a 5+ rating. It's comfortable seat too in the back, but you would probably only sit in the middle if you lost the bed. The headrests are adjustable and very soft. Despite mounting 3 headrests, the Kia doesn't pretend it was designed to carry 5 adults. Although we have only one pocket between the two seats, which on the passenger side. Unfortunately, we are missing one on the driver's side. We also have a USB charger in the middle. The seats are very nice to touch and comfortable to sit on. The back door, like the front, is made of the hard plastic except the armrest. The cup holder and the door handle also act as small storage compartments. The width of the rear seat is roughly 4 feet across. The distance from the back seat to the front seat is 13.5 inches all the way forward and only 4 inches when it's all the way back. In the front there is a lot of space even for tall driver. With help from adjustable steering wheel, manual seat adjustment and sliding armrest. There is also plenty of head and legroom. As for the amount of space in the back seat, if I were to sit behind myself, the front seat would be bored me. Overhead it looks like this, without the headrest. The missing armrest in the back doesn't surprise me for this car. If the driver were a little shorter, it would be fine. Or maybe I'm just too tall for most of those cars. As I mentioned before, there is a 7-inch touchscreen multimedia system. Open the system and you come to the main menu. I will now go through all the menu options so you can see what the multimedia system has to offer. Then I will go on to the sat-nav. First of all, the sound system is a big plus for the Rio. The sound of the speakers are clean and crisp, and if you go into the sitting option, it would satisfy even the most demanding people. I don't know what this is like in the cheaper model, but on the top of range one works great. As you would accept, the system can also connect to our smartphone and Wi-Fi network. Let's check out the navigation now. We enter the main menu and we have the choice of basic option. Then we add the destination. Let's go to Glasgow Airport. Okay, now we have the address, let's see how quickly it can calculate the road. Wow, this has to be the fastest navigation system I have ever used, bravo Kia! Once you have selected your destination, you can freely configure the road, adding points of interest and traffic announcement. In short, it has everything that a good sat-nav system should offer. We start the car using the Start-Stop button. The 3.5-inch display informs us about all the system checks and displays the usual information. The clocks are very large and easy to read also. On the 3.5-inch display between the clocks, it tells us many things like how many miles we have left in the tank, the fuel consumption and the configuration of the car. All of this is operated by the steering wheel. The boot capacity is 325 liters. When the back seats are folded, we get 980 liters. But the floor is not flat. Inside the boot we find the hooks and some lighting. The width of the boot is about 45.5 inches. The depth is 27.5 inches. And the height of the shelf is 20.5 inches. This test model is fitted with a 3-cylinder 1.0 T-GDi petrol engine with 118 horsepower and ISG 6-speed manual transmission. According to the Kia, this model will accelerate from 0 to 60 in 9.8 seconds. I haven't had the opportunity to check the 0 to 60, but I have to admit that the car is very fast for 1.0 liter engine. The Kia Rio is a car that has a good chance of success. Despite the fact that it's a segment B car, it could be the pioneer of compact cars going forward. The car drives well and the steering assist is great, everything is effortless and pleasant. Another reason for the success of the car is that it's easy for everyone to adopt to. Are there any disadvantages? For me, the biggest disadvantage is the amount of the fuel this car drinks for such a small engine. But don't forget, this is just a 3-cylinder engine. Apart from that, everything is great. So, what do you think about the new Kia Rio? Share your opinion in the comment below the video. Thanks for watching, see you next time, take care of yourself and your 4 wheels.